Hi, and welcome to my demo of Oscar Elements. Oscar stands for On-Screen Controls and Reading. So go ahead and open Motion. Created a document. Set a static size to the grid. And now we can see that there's no elements currently in Oscar. We're going to go ahead and add an anchor. And you can see that we have an anchor here, and we can leave it anywhere we want. We can add a second anchor, move it where we want. There's a maximum of 200 elements that you can add. And I'm adding some every day. But right now, this is kind of where we're at. The grade ones are still in development. Let's remove the second one. Now, we can see this is small and gets a little bit there, but let's go ahead and make the radius a little larger just so we can see it. There we go. Now, we can go ahead and add some text. Go to Properties, Position, add a parameter behavior of link, drop our grouping, and the scale values are very interesting here. They seem a bit random, but now we can see that X is set. Now we're going to go ahead and set Y. And now the actual renderable object, brains, follows the anchor wherever it goes. And the ultimate goal is, and it's currently in development, and I'll show you a little example, that there's post-evaluation scripts from moving an anchor or an object, and there's also animation evaluations. But currently, that was a simple example. Let me give you an example with on-screen text. Or an on-screen control text. Now, what this means is that the user can see it, but it doesn't render to the final comp. So we have the anchor and we have the string 3. So in the post evaluate, let's go ahead and say string 3.nx equals anchor 1.nx. We'll copy that. We'll make it in Y. And Y. Now, you'll see that the on-screen control text is actually following the anchor point. Now, what I would like is, I'd like to vertically center it with the anchor, and I want to move it, I want to offset it so it's not sitting on top of the anchor. In order to do that, we need to go to coordinates, and we can see in vertical alignment that we can set it to middle. Now it is center. And then we can set the offset in pixels. So let's try 40. Maybe 30. There we go. And now we have an on-screen control with text. And of course, we have all kinds of selected and unselected attributes, such as color. So right now it's unselected. So if we go ahead and go to the stroke color, and you can see it dynamically changing. but when you go over it, it uses the selected attributes. So the selected attributes, let's make stroke width 10. So that's a basic example of using scripts, very basic scripts. If you wanted to get a bit more complicated, you could set NY to the cosine. And as you can see, as you move it, it's a little interesting, but as you move up and down, it's using the cosine of the y coordinate of the anchor to move the string. So there's obviously all kinds of interesting things to do. All the trig functions are in there. Adding a bunch of extra functionalities such as rotate around points, range, so you can set a min and a max and then an output range, and several other things. Obviously the big thing is that you can add so many different things: line up, enclosed, guides, angles, tails, and these can be in the canvas coordinate space, or they can be in the object coordinate space, or they can be in the document coordinate space. So you can have different coordinate spaces. And the other really enjoyable thing that I was working on this morning was I was working on color swatches. So you can actually set color swatches within as an on-screen control. Thank you.